Welcome to Tuesday's Tips from So Very Easy. My name is Laura. And do you know how to change the blade in your rotary cutters? It's easy. Let me show you how. There are many different rotary cutters and a lot of different sizes. There's also a lot of different blades. Now you can get blades that actually match by the same designer and the same company. You can also get ones that are for generic sizes. But what you need to pay attention to is the size. If you have a 45, then you need a 45. If you have the small 28, you will need a 28. And if you have the large one, well, you're going to need the large blades. A lot of the blades will come in a little plastic box. Now, some of them will have two blades inside. And when you open them up, because they are oiled, the blades will stick together. And to separate them, keep the blades on the pin. There's a pin side and a flat side. And you'll be able to just put your thumb over top of the pin. And then you'll be able to just take a straight pin and you'll be able to just separate the two with the point of the pin. Once you have the pin in, just with a little twist, the blade will separate. I like to use a pair of tweezers and pull the one blade out, keeping the second blade back into its original case. On each rotary cutter, there's going to be a screw that you'll have to undo a pin. And the best thing is, if you're really not sure, keep them in order as you take them out. Make sure it's closed and hold the back and undo the screw. And it should not be tight. You should be able to just undo it very easily. And when you take them off, if you just keep them in order as you take them off, it's going to be very easy to put them back on. The next piece is this little washer, and you'll see it's sort of in a twisted shape. The bowl must come up, so the bottom of the bowl will stay against the plastic. Then you'll have a piece of plastic. And that plastic is very easy to come off. When you let go your hand, the bottom piece and blade is going to come off. Now you can take this blade right off and replace it with the new one. And I'm going to put it back on. And you don't have to worry about the oil. The oil is fine. Now you're able to put it back together. But if you wanted to change this from a left to right, you would just take this and change the side. So if you're left-handed, you're going to be able to use it with your left hand. And to put it together is the exact same way. So we're going to take the bottom and just hold it with your fingers and slide it over top. The next piece is going to go on is the plastic. The little washer, which again, you want that washer so it's the bowl up. The washer has a square center, not a round center, and it's going to fit right in that square. So you don't want to have it hanging up. It should fit nice and tight in the bottom. Next, you'll be able to put the screw back on and just finger tighten it. You do not want it too tight because then the blade is not going to move. It's ready to go. And I like to keep the plastic containers, and I'll keep the old blade inside the plastic container. It's just safer that way. So this particular package, it is a titanium coated, and that's why the blade is gold. And it came with two blades. There's also another blade out, and it has this plastic sleeve over top of it, and that is to protect your fingers while you're putting it into the cutter. And to take this apart, it's the same. You have your screw, and in this one you have a cover that protects your fingers on the back. So hold the cover, make sure your blade is closed, and undo the screw. This has a built-in washer, so you will not have the washer like the other one. And when you lift it up, the blade is going to come right off, and you get to remove the blade. So this has that plastic handle on it. So you're going to be able to just hold it, place it on, And then you can lift up this handle and the blade will come right out. So you've not had to touch it at all. And when you put the top on, you might have to turn it a little bit because that finger guard needs to be in the right position. So if it doesn't go in right away, just move the handle and it will flip in because that guard has to be up at the top. The guard will not fit in if you have it near the bottom. So hold it in your hand and just take the rotary cutter and it will slide right into place. Now you can put the screw back on and you're ready to go. Having a sharp blade is very important because not only is it more comfortable to cut, it's actually safer to cut with a sharp blade because when you have a dull blade, you're pushing harder to make that blade work, and that's when you can go off the rotary mat. So having a nice sharp blade will make it a lot gentler for you to cut with, and it makes the cutting so much easier. I have a container where I keep all of my old and new blades, and I also keep my tweezers right in the same container. And that way I don't have to look for it when I need to change my blades, and then I'm not tempted to use my fingers. Thank you for joining me today on Tuesday's Tips from So Very Easy. Feel free to subscribe, and as always, come on back. Let's see what we're sewing next time in the sewing room. Bye for now.